Chandpur was a small and peaceful village. It had green fields, tall trees, and narrow roads where children played and cows walked slowly. People in Chandpur lived simple lives. They worked in the fields during the day and sat together in the evening, drinking tea and telling stories. There was no internet, no noise, and no crime. Everyone knew each other by name. One evening, the sky looked different. It was not the usual orange sunset. Instead, the sky turned dark blue, almost purple, even though the sun had not set yet. Birds flew away in fear, and the wind became cold and fast. The animals in the village started acting strange. Dogs barked at the sky, cows refused to eat, and even the crows stayed silent. People came out of their homes, looking up with confused faces. Suddenly, a bright blue light appeared in the sky. It looked like a star, but it was moving, fast and low. It made no sound, only light. As it came closer, the air felt heavy. Women held their children close. Men watched silently, holding sticks in case it was danger. The blue light moved in a circle over the village, then shot down fast toward the old field near the forest. Boom! The sound came like thunder, but louder. The earth shook. Lights in the village flickered and went off. Everything went dark. For a few seconds, no one moved. Then people started shouting. Kaya da ye? Ye bijli thiya kuchar. Whoa, Roshni Kidhar Gai. Rahim, a 22-year-old farmer, had seen it clearly. He was standing on his rooftop when it happened. He didn't know what it was, but he knew one thing. It didn't look normal. It didn't feel like anything he had ever seen before. It felt different. That night, the village stayed awake. Some people prayed, some locked their doors, and others tried calling for help. But phones had no signal. There was no light, no TV, no radio, just silence. Even the insects were quiet. Rahim couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the blue light. What if it was something from space? He whispered to himself. What if it's still out there? He decided to go and see the place where the light had crashed. Taking a small torch, he walked alone toward the old field near the forest. It was cold, and the wind made strange whistling sounds. His heart beat fast. As he got closer, he noticed something unusual. The trees near the field were burnt. The ground smelled like metal. The plants were black, and the earth had a deep, round hole in the middle. Rahim stepped closer. The hole was still hot. It was big enough for a small car to fall in. He pointed his torch inside but saw nothing but smoke. Then, suddenly, he heard a soft click sound. He froze. Another sound came. Click, click. Beep. Rahim stepped back. Kya ye koi janwar hai, ya kuch aur, he thought. But there was no animal, just silence again. He waited for a few more minutes, then quietly returned home. The next morning, the whole village gathered near the field. People were shocked to see the burnt trees and the hole. Some said it was a meteor. Some said it was a sign from God. But Rahim stayed quiet. He knew what he saw: the light, the movement, the strange sound. And deep inside, he felt something was not over yet. Something had arrived in Chandpur. And it was only the beginning. The whole village was talking about the strange crash. People stood in small groups, whispering and guessing. Some said it was a fallen star. Others said it was a sign of bad luck. But no one had real answers. The hole in the field was deep and black, like it was hiding a secret. Rahim couldn't stop thinking about the soft clicking sound he heard last night. It didn't feel natural. It didn't sound like an animal or wind. It was something else, something alive, but not human. That evening he went again. This time he took a camera and a bigger torch. He didn't tell anyone. The village was quiet. Power was still off. The air felt heavy again. As he reached the field, he noticed the hole had changed. It was deeper. The smoke was gone. Now it was just dark and silent. He stepped closer and pointed his torch inside. Suddenly, a silver shape moved. Raheem froze. The shape rose slowly from the hole. It was smooth and shiny, like metal. Lights blinked on its surface, blue, green, and red. The object floated in the air, without wings or wheels. It was round, like a ball, but had small parts that looked like arms or tools. Then it spoke. Not loudly, just a soft, clear voice, like a machine. System awake, environment scanned, repair in progress. Raheem's mouth went dry. He stepped, back slowly, but didn't run. His camera was shaking in his hand. He started recording. The machine floated above the hole and then turned slowly. It moved towards a burnt tree. A light came out from its front, soft blue light. The trees, black branches began to turn green again. Raheem watched in shock as the dead tree slowly came back to life. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. The machine moved to another plant, and the same thing happened. It was fixing the damage, silently, quickly, like it was doing what it was made to do. Raheem whispered, "Ye koi robot hai? Ya kuchao?" Suddenly the machine turned toward him. Human detected. No threat. "Continue process," it said. Raheem's heart raced, but the machine didn't move any closer. It just floated back to the hole and dropped down inside. Raheem ran back home, holding his camera tightly. The next morning, he went to Dr. Karim, the village guest who had come from the city. He was a smart man, always curious about science and nature. "Dr. Saab, mujhe kuch dikhana hai," Raheem said. He showed him the video. Dr. Karim watched silently, his eyes wide. This is not a normal thing," he said. "This machine is using some kind of advanced technology. It is healing the Earth." They both went to the field again. This time, Dr. Karim brought tools and a scanner. The machine didn't appear again, but they saw something new. The ground was changing. The plants near the hole were growing, faster than normal. The soil was softer, richer. "Something is working here," the doctor said, "but we don't know if it's safe." They decided to keep it secret for now. If the wrong people found out, they might try to destroy it, or use it. But it was already too late. That night, Raheem saw a second machine rise from the hole. And this one was different. It was bigger. It had 4 arms. And it was watching him. Raheem couldn't sleep that night. The second machine he saw was bigger and scarier than the first one. It had 4 long arms, each shining with a strange blue light. It didn't speak like the first machine. It just floated in the air and looked straight at him. Then it slowly moved back into the hole and disappeared. He told Dr. Karim the next morning. "It was different," Raheem said. "It looked like a robot made for something serious. Maybe something dangerous." Dr. Karim listened carefully. "We need to be careful," he said. "If these machines are coming one by one, it means something big is happening under our village." Together, they returned to the field. But this time, the ground around the hole had changed even more. The grass was taller, greener. Flowers that didn't grow in this season were blooming. Insects and birds that had disappeared were now back. But they looked different. Their colors were brighter. Their eyes looked shiny, almost metallic. Raheem pointed at a butterfly. "Dr. Saab, is this normal?" "No," the doctor replied. "Something is changing nature. These machines are not just fixing things, they are upgrading them." As they stood there, they heard a sound again, a soft hum coming from below the ground. It grew louder and louder. The earth vibrated lightly. Then, suddenly, the second machine came out of the hole again, slowly, like it was rising with purpose. It floated higher than before. Its body opened slightly, and from inside, a green laser beam scanned the field. The plants near it glowed for a few seconds. The machine said nothing. It just worked. One of its arms pointed toward the sky, and a small drone-like object flew out of it and disappeared into the clouds. Raheem and the doctor hid behind a tree. They were shocked. What is it doing now? Rahim whispered. I think it's sending a message, the doctor replied. Maybe to others like it. Later that day, strange things started happening in the village. People who went near the field said they felt strange. Their heads hurt, and some said they could hear soft voices, like whispers in their minds. One boy, just 10 years old, suddenly spoke in a different language for 5 seconds, then fainted. When he woke up, he had no memory of what he said. At night, Rahim's phone, which had no signal for days, suddenly turned on. But there were no bars, no Wi-Fi, only one screen, a blue symbol glowing. It looked like a circle with 3 lines inside it. He showed it to Dr. Karim. The doctor looked worried. This is not a normal symbol. I have seen it once. In a science paper about space signals, he said. It means connection made. Rahim's eyes widened. You mean they connected to my phone? Or maybe to you, the doctor said quietly. The next evening, more machines started rising. 3 this time. Each had different shapes. One looked like a spider, one like a small tank, and one like a floating camera. They all spread out silently and started working in different parts of the field. The village children saw them and screamed. People gathered and panicked. Ye kya ho raha hai? Ye machines kaun bhej raha hai? Someone shouted. But no one had answers. That night, the village slept with fear, and Rahim, he sat on his roof, staring at the stars. He knew something big was coming, and this time it wouldn't stay hidden. The village of Chandpur was no longer the same. People were scared. Every day, a new machine appeared. They came from the hole in the field, worked quietly, and then disappeared again underground. Some flew, some crawled, some looked like animals, but all were silent and focused. Villagers stopped going near the field. Even animals avoided it. Strange plants were growing around the area. Some had blue leaves. Others moved a little when touched, like they were alive in a different way. No one had seen such things before. Rahim and Dr. Karim visited the field, again at sunrise. The sky was clear, but the air felt heavy. Dr. Karim carried a scanner and a notebook. Look at this, he said. This flower wasn't here yesterday. Rahim bent down. The flower was shining. Its petals had small dots that blinked like tiny lights. He touched one, and the flower made a soft buzzing sound. Dr. Saab, this is not from Earth, right? Rahim asked. The doctor nodded slowly. Maybe it's growing because of the machines. Maybe it came with them. Suddenly, they heard a soft click-click sound. A small machine, like a spider, appeared from behind a bush. It didn't attack. It just scanned them with a red light and walked away. Rahim looked around. Why are they not stopping us? Dr. Karim replied. Because they don't see us as danger. Yet, that night, the village elders held a secret meeting. We cannot stay silent anymore, said Chaudhry Saab. These machines are changing our land. What if they change us too? Some people agreed. Some were too scared to speak. One man shouted, we should call the army. But there was no phone signal, no internet, no TV news. It was like the village had been cut off from the world. Only the sky was open. And now, even that felt watched. Rahim began to notice other strange things. His cow, Lali, was acting different. She stared at the sky for hours and didn't eat much. Birds were flying in circles above the field, like they were confused. One evening, Rahim saw a group of children playing near the trees. Suddenly, one of them, little Zoya, screamed and ran toward him. Paya! A tree talked to me, she cried. Rahim knelt beside her. What did it say? I don't know. I just touched the glowing flower and I heard a voice in my head. It said, preparing for shift. Dr. Karim was shocked when he heard this. They are not only changing plants and machines. They are reaching minds now. He checked Zoya and found nothing wrong, but her eyes looked strange. calm, like she wasn't fully present. "We must do something," the doctor said. Later that night, Rahim couldn't sleep. He sat with his notebook and tried to make a plan. What did the machines want? Were they here to help the planet or take it? Then, something happened that changed everything. From his rooftop, Rahim saw a tall, thin figure standing near the field. It was not a machine. It was not a man. It was something in between. Long arms, glowing eyes, and skin that shimmered like metal. It stood still, then slowly turned toward Rahim, as if it could feel his eyes. Rahim ducked quickly. His heart was beating fast. He whispered to himself, This is not just about machines anymore. Something bigger is here." And he was right. The machines were just the beginning. The real truth was still hidden, deep underground. After seeing the tall, glowing figure, Rahim didn't sleep all night. His hands were shaking. His mind was full of questions. What was that thing? Was it a robot? An alien? Or something even stranger? Early next morning, he went straight to Dr. Kareem. "Dr. Saab, I saw something," Rahim said. The doctor looked at him carefully. "Was it another machine?" Rahim shook his head. "No, it looked like a living being. It had arms, legs, but its body was shining like metal. It saw me." Dr. Kareem's face turned serious. "If what you saw is real, then this is bigger than we thought. These machines are not alone. Someone is controlling them." They both returned to the field. Everything looked calm, but they could feel something in the air. It was not normal. It was too quiet. Suddenly, Rahim's old phone vibrated. The screen turned blue again. A new message appeared. "Transfer begun. Human link active." Dr. Kareem read it. "They are trying to connect with us." "But why Rahim? Why only your phone?" Rahim didn't know. "Maybe because I saw them first, or maybe they chose me for a reason." At that moment, a loud humming sound started from under the ground. The machines rose again, this time 5 of them, all different shapes and sizes. They moved in perfect sync, like they were dancing. One of them came near and stopped in front of Rahim. It made a strange sound. Not words, just soft pulses. Then, a voice appeared inside Rahim's head. "Do not fear. You have been selected." Rahim stepped back. "Dr. Saab," I heard, "something." "In my mind." "What did it say?" the doctor asked. "That I'm selected. But for what?" Suddenly, the machines moved back and opened a large hole in the ground, like a door. Inside, there was a tunnel glowing with blue lights. The ground didn't shake. It felt like the land was alive, following their command. Rahim and the doctor looked at each other. "Do we go in?" Rahim asked. Dr. Kareem took a deep breath. "If they wanted to harm us, they could have done it already. Maybe. They want us to understand." Carefully, they stepped inside the tunnel. It was cold, smooth, and bright. Strange symbols were written on the walls. Circles, triangles, and lines. The light was coming from the floor itself. The deeper they went, the more they saw. Small flying orbs, quiet machines working on glass-like screens, and huge roots glowing like power lines. Then, they reached a large hall. In the middle stood the same tall figure Rahim had seen last night. It was not moving, but when they entered, its eyes lit up. "Welcome, humans," the voice came, not from its mouth, but again inside Rahim's mind. Rahim stepped forward. "Who are you?" "We are the builders. We come from far. Your world is broken. We are here to repair it." "And you?" Dr. Kareem asked. "Why now? Why this village?" This place was once pure, easy to start, no large systems, easy to test. Rahim's hands clenched. "Are we just your experiment? You are the future. You must change, or you will not survive." The figure raised one hand, and a screen appeared in the air. It showed the Earth, cities burning, oceans rising, people fighting. Then it showed a peaceful world, green, clean, full of life. But it looked different, too perfect. You must decide, the voice said. Keep your world, or become like us. Rahim felt cold. The machines were not here to destroy. They were here to offer something. But was it help or control? The tunnel lights blinked. A countdown started on the wall. You have 7 days to choose, the voice said. Rahim looked at the doctor. 7 days to decide the future of the village, maybe the world. Rahim and Dr. Karim returned from the tunnel in silence. The blue lights, the tall figure, the strange voice. It was all real. They had 7 days to choose. But how could they decide for the whole village? And what did change really mean? The village was already different. Trees glowed softly at night. Water in the well tasted fresher. The sky was clearer. But people were changing too. Some said they could hear thoughts. Some felt more energy. Others were scared all the time. Rahim called a village meeting. Everyone came, young, old, scared, and curious. He stood in front of them and shared everything. The machines, the tunnel, the builders, the choice. The crowd listened silently. Then chaos broke out. "This is not right," an old man shouted. "They are playing with our lives," a woman cried. "But they are fixing everything," a young boy said. "My sick mother is healthy now." Voices clashed. Fear and wonder mixed in the air. Chaudhry Saab raised his hand. "Let Rahim speak. Let us hear the full truth." Rahim looked around. "They are not hurting us. They say the world is dying. They want to help us survive. But it means we must change. Maybe our bodies. Maybe our minds. I don't know everything. But we have only 7 days." A silence fell. Then slowly a farmer named Imran stood up. "My daughter could not walk since birth. Now, after going near those lights, she can walk. What if they really are here to help?" But another villager shouted, "Today they fix legs. Tomorrow they control brains." Dr. Karim stepped forward. "I believe they have power, more than anything we understand. But we must ask, what do we lose if we say yes? And what do we risk if we say no?" The village decided to form 2 teams, one that wanted to learn more and one that wanted to resist. They would observe, record, and try to understand the machines before deciding. Days passed quickly. Machines now worked openly. They cleaned, water, healed plants, even fixed broken homes. They never attacked anyone, but they always watched. One night, Rahim found a small glowing rock near his home. As he touched it, a soft voice came again. "Your heart is strong. You are ready." He dropped it, breathing fast. Was this mind reading or something more? On day 4, something shocking happened. A man named Shabir tried to break a machine with a hammer. The machine didn't fight back. Instead, it released a soft wave of blue light. Shabir fainted. When he woke up, he didn't remember anything, not even his name. Fear returned to the village. Rahim visited the tunnel again. The tall figure appeared. "Is this your idea of peace?" he asked. "Resistance causes reset. We do not harm, we protect." But Shabir lost his memory. His mind rejected the upgrade. It will return, stronger. Rahim was not sure anymore. Was this really help, or a slow takeover? On day 6, a message appeared in the sky. Not with words, but symbols. Bright blue ones, floating above the village. Everyone saw them. Everyone felt something deep inside, like a soft pressure in the brain. Some cried, some smiled, some just stared. People now looked different. Eyes a bit brighter, skin smoother, minds quieter. And Rahim, he sat with Dr. Karim on the roof again. "We have 1 day left," Rahim said. "And I don't know what to choose." Dr. Karim looked up. "Maybe they are not asking for permission. Maybe the change has already begun." That night, The wind was still, and under the field, a deeper light began to grow. The final day had arrived. Chandpur was quiet, too quiet. No birds, no animals, no wind. People stayed inside their homes. Some prayed, some cried, some just waited. The blue light in the sky was now brighter. It didn't fade with the sun. It stayed there, like an eye watching them. Rahim walked through the village, looking at the faces of people he knew since childhood. Many looked different now, calmer. Their eyes didn't blink much. Their words were slow and soft. Something had changed inside them. Dr. Kareem was in his room, writing everything down in his notebook. His hands were shaking. "This is not just a village story anymore," he whispered. "This is history." That evening the machines gathered in the field, not 5 or 10, but hundreds. Some flew above, some rolled on the ground, some stood like statues. They all formed a circle around the field. Rahim and Dr. Kareem walked to the center. The tall, glowing figure appeared again. The builder. "Time is over. The shift begins now." Rahim raised his hand. "Wait. What if we don't agree? What if we say no? Your choice is already made. The process has started. Those who accepted the change will evolve. Those who fight it will forget." Suddenly, a deep hum began. The ground glowed. The air vibrated. People in the village held their heads. Some fell to their knees. Some walked calmly toward the machines, eyes glowing. Dr. Kareem shouted, "They are controlling minds!" Rahim looked around. His mother stood near the door of their home, staring at the sky with a smile, not blinking. His younger brother sat under a tree, whispering strange words. Rahim ran to the builder. "Why are you doing this?" "Your world is broken. Your leaders destroy. Your people forget. We give you balance. You are lucky to be first." "No," Rahim shouted. "This is not help. This is control." The builder tilted its head. "You are strong. That is rare. We need one like you." "Need me for what?" Rahim asked. "To lead the next village." Rahim froze. This was just a start. Chandpur was the beginning. Dr. Kareem grabbed Rahim's arm. "We have to do something." They remembered the lightning rods they once used to weaken the machines. With whatever hope they had, they ran to the old metal shed and pulled out wires, rods, and batteries. The storm was already building, clouds gathering above unnaturally fast. As the blue light in the sky turned white, Rahim shouted, "Now!" They pushed the rods into the ground and connected the wires. A bright bolt of lightning struck the center of the field. A huge blast of white and blue covered the entire village. Then, silence. When Rahim opened his eyes, it was morning. Birds were flying. The wind was soft. The machines were gone. He stood up, confused. Dr. Kareem was beside him, waking up slowly. They ran back into the village. Everything was back to normal. Or at least it looked that way. People were laughing, farming, talking like nothing had happened. Rahim ran to his mother. "Ami, are you okay?" She smiled. "Why wouldn't I be, Beta? You look tired. Bad dream." Rahim stepped back. No one remembered anything except him and Dr. Kareem. Rahim walked to the field one last time. It was just grass and trees now. No hole, no machines. But deep under the soil, a soft blue light still blinked. Waiting.